So let's get right into the next leg of our conversation. Friday was a day for lovers, okay? So people received gifts, gave gifts. Some did not receive, some did not give. Right. It's good to talk about love for ourselves and others, but what about love for a nation? And from the conversation we had with the bishop, we thought, let us talk about love for the nation. Patriotism. It's not something we talk about as much. And we have joining us on the show to do that, Lawal, who is the Executive Director of Electoral College. Mr. Lawal, good morning. It's good to have you on the show again.
Good morning, Claudia, and it's always a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. I'm not sure what you did on Valentine's Day. I really don't want to know because some of it might be not TV worthy, right? But more importantly is love for the nation, patriotism. Is that something you find around these days, and how well are we doing as Nigerians?
Well, I would say, first and foremost, Nigeria is a complex country. We need to critically understand that love is a decision. It's not an emotion as we look at it. It's more a decision. And when it comes to describing love for country, I would say Nigerians are quite unique. Nigerians love being the adjective, which is Nigerian, and not the verb that's being Nigerian, and being, of course, which is love for country. Yes, the country has, governance issues, a few hiccups here and there, like any other country, but Nigerians have chosen to dwell. And I'm making this clear, it's okay to criticize policies of government, of the government of the day. It's okay to criticize the behavior, but to dwell on it, and criticism is actually, if you love the country, supposed to serve as a call to service, and not just, I mean, Nigeria happened to you, or the sad things we say about our country. And the truth is that the image of this nation, or this nation entirely, will rest on the fact of how we think or how we love our country. And Nigeria, I wish most people have seen the beauty of Nigeria. If you've traveled as much as I have, or you've shared, quite the conversations I've had across Nigeria, there's so much to love love within this country. I always state this, that till we get out of the canoe of ethnicity, we'll never walk the waters of diversity.
All right, Mr. Lawal, let's talk about how you can help Nigerians. I know you've mentioned it in passing, but maybe you re-emphasize, because if you go to the States, for instance, maybe Richmond, not too far away from DC, you see poverty at its peak. This is just close to the capital. If you go to Los Angeles, you're going to see poverty. You go across even Texas, you see poverty, and you're wondering, is this America? Is this same America that we watch and they talk about? They're so powerful. But somehow they're able to have a strong sense of patriotism and defend their country. And how do you help Nigerians who have been shown shaggy by different administrations to still say, look, our country first? The only place I know Nigerians fight for themselves is if you come on Twitter and take any one of us will take you out in one fell swoop. But seriously speaking, how do we walk past our challenges to say, yes, we have challenges, but country comes first?
Well, within the work, and I'll speak from within the work I've done with the Electoral College Nigeria, we've tried to feed in love for country. I personally sign everything for the love of God and country. And that's how I try to make sure I put Nigeria first. We do not, in my own daily life, I do not put anything in an argument or put anything coming before Nigeria. And this alters my position most of the time on different matters, like, some influencer, saying some stuff about Nigeria which doesn't make literal sense. And especially with some people who see no good, maybe because their candidate didn't win a particular election, or they feel a little biased that one part of the country seems to have political power, or one part of the country is not letting them have political power. The choices we make and the kind of comments we give out at this time show how much we're committed to a country. So for me, I think when Nigerians say they've seen shaggy, let me translate it. There is no country in the world that they are not seeing shaggy. Right now, America is enjoying, some executive orders by Uncle T. And, some things are really going down there. I think we should even be teaching them democracy right now instead of them teaching us democracy. And, when you go to places like, let's even look at France, Ukraine, Russia, of the decisions of leaders there, Israel, and with what's going on in Gaza. There's shege everywhere in the world. I think everybody chooses their shege and protects their own homes, and I think that's what the defense has always been. So Nigerians, we always speak of, hey, may Nigeria not happen to you. I want Nigeria to happen to me because, and I'll state why. My version of Nigeria happening to me is probably fufu and black soup from Uromi up to Edika Ikong in Akwa Ibom, and then coming back to me and Taushe in Kaduna. And that's what I view of Nigeria. So for me, may Nigeria happen to me in those tenses.
Right. So, well, for those who say that, maybe take a cue from Mr. Lawal, but it still doesn't take away the fact that there are these pressing challenges. So how do you ensure you're patriotic on the one hand, but hold government to account on the other hand? And I know you speak very critically of some of these institutions. So how are you able to blend that as we wind down now in less than a minute?
Okay. When I look at Nigeria and look at the entire conversation, the question I always ask myself is that the decision I make now, will it be better for the future, the generation coming ahead in Nigeria, or it wouldn't be? Yes, I disagree with a lot of government policies. My stringent, I do not agree with governors generally, and that is not a hidden fact. And because I think they're the crux, major problem in Nigeria's governance. I also do not exclude the National Assembly. But there are also people that I don't exclude too from the conversation, and that's maybe the National Orientation Agency, which I think is doing a political job instead of doing an orientation job.
Yeah.
And quite a lot of CSOs which I don't know, off track in their so-called criticism,
right?
Disrespecting the national anthem and etc. But the thing is, you must always keep a clear position. And sometimes I miss it. I'm not perfect, but keep a clear position that Nigeria must come first. And what you're doing today, will the next generation benefit from it? So I have two godfathers, which are the Nigerian Constitution and the future of Nigeria.
There you go. Mr. Lawal, we just had to have this conversation. We have to thank you so much for championing it. We've been speaking with the Executive Director of the Electoral College, Kunle Lawal, joining us from our Abuja studio. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, Coyote.
So may the good parts of Nigeria happen to you. I guess that's a good place to anchor. I'm hungry right now. But thank you for being a part of the show. I'm Coyote Okikiolu.
Sunrise Daily is up at the top of the hour. Thank you so much for your time and company. I'm Jeffrey Uzama. Bye-bye.